Section 1.2 Interactive Assignment Objective 2. Researchers wanted to determine if having a supply of sugary snacks in the bedroom is associated with obesity. The researchers administered a questionnaire to 356 12-year-old adolescents. After analyzing the results, the researchers determined that the body mass index of the adolescents who had a supply of sugary snacks in their bedroom was significantly higher than that of the adolescents who did not have a supply of sugary snacks in their bedroom. We're going to complete parts A through E. Okay, so part A says, why is this an observational study, and what type of observational study is this? So, recall that an observational study measures the value of the response variable without attempting to influence the value of either the response or explanatory variables. That is, in an observational study, the researcher observes the behavior of the individuals without trying to influence the outcome of the study. So therefore, if we take a look at answer B, we will see that that is the result. It says the researchers administered a questionnaire to obtain their data without trying to influence an explanatory variable of the study. So therefore, our answer is B. Okay, now if we take a look at the other choices, saying the researchers observed the behavior of the individual in the study without trying to influence, well, that's not correct for an observational study. The researchers intentionally changed an explanatory variable of the study, that's not correct. And the researchers tried to influence the outcome of the study, and that's not correct. So the answer is B. Now the second part of this question says, what type of observational study is this? Now, cross-sectional studies are observational studies that collect information about individuals at a specific point in time over a very short period of time. Case control studies are observational studies that are retrospective, meaning that they require individuals to look back in time or require the researcher to look at existing records. And then cohort studies, which is first identifies a group of individuals to participate in the study, meaning the cohort. Well, if we go back to the question, they're collecting some data about individuals at a specific point in time or over a very short period of time. Therefore, we're going to say that this is a cross-sectional study. So therefore, our answer is going to be a cross-sectional study. Excuse me. Part B, what is the response variable in the study? And is the response variable qualitative or quantitative? And then what is the explanatory variable? Okay, so let's go ahead and go over the definitions here. So what is the response variable in the study? Remember that the definition of a response variable is the outcome of a study, a variable you are trying to predict. And then we want to determine, is the response variable qualitative or quantitative? So remember, qualitative variables classify individuals on the basis of a characteristic or category, and quantitative variables provide numerical measures of individuals. Okay, so we're trying to find out what is the body mass index of the adolescents. So therefore, we would say that the response variable is the body mass index of adolescents. And what is the response variable? Well, when we get the number, which is a body mass index, it is a quantitative amount. So therefore, the response variable is quantitative. So taking a look at the answer there, it is B. The response variable is the body mass index, and the response variable is the quantitative. Okay, now what is the explanatory variable? So let's go over that definition again. So the next question, an explanatory variable is a variable that explains or affects a response variable. The explanatory variable is considered to be an independent variable, and the response variable is considered to be a dependent variable because it depends on what happens with the explanatory variable. Okay, so part A says the explanatory variable is the number of adolescents who participate in the study. Well, that's not determining what their body mass index is, so we can eliminate A. Part B, the explanatory variable is the number of adolescents who have a supply of sugary snacks in their bedroom. Well, we want to talk about supply of sugary snacks, so we're going to possibly look at B. The explanatory variable is the body mass index of the adolescents. That is not true because the response variable is the body mass index. And the explanatory variable is whether the adolescent has a supply of sugary snacks in the bedroom or not. And according to the question, it's going to be D, because we want to know and determine, okay, whether the adolescent has a supply of sugar snacks in the bedroom or not. So the answer is D. Okay, next question, it says, can you think of any lurking variables that may affect the results of the study? Well, let's go ahead and define again what a lurking variable is. A lurking variable is an explanatory variable not considered in a study, but affects the response variable. A relation that appears to exist between a certain explanatory variable and the response variable may be due to some other variable or variables not accounted for in the study. Again, these variables are called lurking variables. So there could be. So we would say, no, we were going to eliminate C because it says there are no, that's not true, and there is not enough information to answer the question. There actually is. So it's either going to be A or B. So yes, for example, the possible lurking variables might be drinking habits and the amount of exercise per week. That can affect the body mass index. And part B says a possible lurking variable might be the age of the individual. That's not the case because we picked out the specific age. So therefore, the answer is going to be A. Okay, let's go to part D. In the report, the researchers stated these results remain significant after adjustment for socioeconomic status. So what does that mean? Okay, so looking at part D, okay, the researchers made an effort to avoid confounding by accounting for potential lurking variables. Okay, it means the socioeconomic status is an explanatory variable. That's not true. It means that when the results are separated by socioeconomic status, there are significant differences. That's not true in this case, and it means that the socioeconomic status is not an explanatory variable, and that including this variable in a study does not change the result of the study. So we eliminate that. We're basically saying that the researchers made an effort to avoid confounding by accounting for potential lurking variables. Okay, now part E, it says, does a supply of sugary snacks in the bedroom cause a higher body mass index? And then we want to be able to explain that. So that's what we want to be able to answer in this next question. Okay, well, we're going to say no, because it can only be said that a supply of sugary snacks in the bedroom and obesity are associated because the body mass index of the adolescents who had a supply of sugary snacks in their bedroom was significantly higher than that of the adolescents who did not have a supply of sugary snacks in their bedroom. So the answer in this scenario is